The party
Guy
was
Fieri.
lame to me.
Fieri.
Fieri.
This is the fun.
Yeah.
So they're trying to track him down. Mora's at the party.
I just want to say, you are never allowed to pick the freaking theme for anything again. Okay. Albuquerque, fire truck. We're just yelling out words now? What's going on here? Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of BS Drunk Movie Reviews. This is a weekly podcast, and we do upload the video version of this to our YouTube channel, so be sure to check us out there. My name is Matt, and as always, I'm being joined by my sister, Vetta.
What up, my dudes? I don't know why I said that.
Right on. It's fine. It's fine. So on this episode, we are going to be talking about the movie Clueless. I'm so excited. But before we get started, I'm going to ask the most important question of the night, and that is, Vetta, what are you drinking?
I am drinking a rum and coke. I did have like this drink all planned out, but I didn't make sure that I had all the stuff to do it. So I couldn't make it. But I'm still going to put it on Twitter.
There's
so
nothing.
If you follow us on Twitter and you want to see what it is, I'll post it there when we drop this movie.
Absolutely. But I just want to say there's nothing sorrier than a pitiful excuse. Anyways,
okay.
So so I am having what is called a Clueless.
Nice.
And there's
You have
one
candy in that?
Yes, and that was what I was going to say. The negative to this is that there's gushers in it, and I wasn't going to put them in there, but I was like, you know what? I have gushers by chance. So, okay, so in this is a lot of shit, just so you know. Okay, so there's white sangria, vodka, white wine. There's this, it's called Iticus. I don't know how to pronounce this. Anyways, it's like an orange liqueur. Which cost me like $40 for the fucking bottle. I'm like, I'm gonna be drinking this shit for a while. Anyways,
I hope you like it.
Yeah. Vanilla lemongrass, which the lemongrass could be got, you know what I'm saying? Grapefruit, and then you're supposed to add pop rocks and gushers, but I was like, I feel like I don't like food in my beverages anyways. So the gushers were enough and everything. But I'll tell you right now,
are too much like those that the
boba tea. Yeah,
I hate that stuff.
Yeah. Okay,
so
but let me just say
my drink was called Clueless, and it had white rum, white chocolate liqueur, lemon juice, and then like crushed up fresh raspberries.
They're awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Not as good as yours, apparently.
Yes, not as good because you didn't make yours.
I didn't, so I don't know if it tastes good at all.
All right, so Clueless. Shallow, rich, and socially successful Cher is at the top of her Beverly Hills High School's pecking scale. Seeing herself as a matchmaker, Cher first coaxes two teachers into dating each other. Embodied by her success, she decides to give hopelessly klutzy new student Ty a makeover. When Ty becomes more popular than she is, Cher realizes that her disapproving ex-stepbrother was right about how misguided she was and falls for him. So, all right. So I just want to say
I don't like that synopsis little description.
Yeah, because it was like the whole movie.
Well, it's just terrible. It's terrible. I don't think she is self-centered, but don't you think she's just a product of her environment? She's not really like
as if.
By
the way, I just want to say right now, like, I love how, okay, so first off, I love this movie. I don't know if you like this.
So much.
Yeah, I love this movie. I've loved this movie forever. I can watch it all the time. Okay.
I love the clothes. The music,
dude, I wrote down all that you're saying.
Phrases, little idioms that they have throughout the whole thing. There's very little about this movie I don't like. And even the things I don't like, I still like them because they go with this movie.
Right on. So, this movie is so 90s, like 100%. Like, I just love when she was like, when she was talking about the high school boys and she was talking about how like they're dressed and how they dress and how they put on baggy shorts and a t-shirt and then they're
throw on the hat on their
I was like, girl, you are so right. That is so 90s. I remember every dude dressing like that.
Yes, everyone.
Crazy. Yeah. And I love how the first 10 minutes of this movie, a stepbrother and a stepsister end up together is like the beginning of the first 10 minutes of a porno. It's
Right.
like, oh, this is
Oh,
this is the storyline and everything.
right. This is where it
Um,
came from. No, it's not, but it should have been. So how you were not in high school. You couldn't have been in high school.
no,
No,
no.
because I think I was. What was this?
95. You were in high
Yeah.
school.
Oh, I was. Depending on
Yeah.
when it came out, I was either a junior or a senior.
We'll just say you were a senior. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, like I wish my high school was like this
Oh,
shit and everything because
right.
I love how movies always depict high school like not how they really are. Like high school is not this much
Okay.
fun. Like,
Well, and it's not this fucking organized.
right?
Students are not this organized into cliques and their
Hmm.
clothing and all of that. They are not at
And
all.
speaking of her clothing, when she got up in the morning, she's like, I pick out my own clothes. I was like, I would love a computer system like that picked out my
I
fucking
would
clothes.
love that
Mhm.
closet. Holy crap.
Yeah, I just like how she just typed it in and the closet brought it to her. And I was like, yes, please. By the way,
And I go, wasn't that a little too advanced though for the
that's what
90s?
I was thinking too. I was like, it put it on her and everything. But I was like, but at the same time, she was rich. So,
Yeah.
I did love that yellow plaid suit that she wore in the very beginning. That was like
Oh,
my favorite one. It's so good.
oh yeah. I
Classic.
love I love the dress that she wears that she asks Amber if she was shopping in her closet or
Right.
laundry or whatever. I loved that dress because that dress was like the epitome of 90s dresses. Like
Hmm.
not that exact color, but that style. So many girls had that. It was just amazing. And the dress she wears to the party in the valley,
Hmm.
like again, seen that style of dress at so many homecomings and things like that. Like I
Right
love
on.
everything about this movie.
Yeah, yeah, no, so good, so good. I loved it. I have a question for you. What is the dad's problem with drinking OJ, and why doesn't he like OJ? It's delicious.
Maybe it gives him heartburn.
Maybe, but they give you pills for those now. That
Well,
and I'm
yeah,
like,
the only time I couldn't have OJ was when I was pregnant with my son, only my son. It would make me throw up. But yeah, regular orange juice, I don't know. Maybe he seems like a very angry man just to begin with. So maybe he just likes to start his day out hating on orange juice.
yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, he does he is very angry. Lawyers must be very angry all the time. Okay. So I wrote down plenty of times, and I'll talk about it as we go along. But I just wrote down Cher for sure drives like a woman in this movie. Like I'm all like, she's like that was a stop sign, and she's like, I totally paused. I was like, oh, what a woman thing to say while
I feel
driving.
like she drives like a 15-year-old.
Okay, if you say 15-year-old woman. Anyways,
Yeah. Your kids haven't gotten there yet. Just wait.
oh, right on. Hey, it's cool. It's cool.
When you're white knuckling the car, no matter what gender child is driving.
Oh, for sure. I'm gonna take them out before they turn, before they start driving and like take them
Yeah.
to anyways, okay. So I love how okay, so Murray, right? He steps up, right? And he is projecting so hard when he's all like, "Girl, who you stepping out with?" and everything. I'm like, "Oh," and he's accusing Dion of cheating. I'm like, projection much, motherfucker." And then she pulls out that Shawanda weave, and I was like, "Oh,
The
Dion,
hair
put him
extension.
in." Yeah, put him in. And she's like, I don't wear polyester hair. I'm like, right, girl, you're better than that and everything. I'm like, you tell him in his
Like
braces.
daddy's got the person in the basement growing my hair.
Exactly. Like I was like, do not let him project on you.
Right?
Um, so okay. So I just want to say, I don't know if you were ever part of debate in high school. I was not a part of debate, but I definitely watched plenty of them. This is the worst debate class I have ever seen in my entire life. Cher's argument for immigration is absolutely fucking terrible. And I agree with Amber when she's like, if she's not going to do the assignment, I can't do the assignment. I'm like, girl, you are so right. She did not do the assignment. She's talking about a fucking dinner party and reallocating
But
funds
yeah,
and
she
shit.
is totally talking about, but what she doesn't realize is when she's saying that is that it's her that's going to lose, her family that's going to have their money
Right.
reallocated.
Exactly.
But I don't know about you, and I haven't been to debate competitions in a long time. I didn't do debate, but I had been to some to support people. They talk so fast.
So fast. They
So fast.
write in Sanskrit and shit.
Yes.
Like they write like in like, everything's in an anagram so they can say it faster. And I'm all like, I'm sorry, what? And everything. And you're like, I don't think that you guys should be talking this fast. I think you should try to make a point. I'm not getting your point, but
See, and
whatever.
Cher's the complete opposite because she's just like, taking long pauses. Like, yes, I agree with you. This school is not taking debate seriously. They're not winning no competitions, at least not with
Absolutely.
Cher and
No,
Amber.
and Amber, exactly. But I will have to say, I wish I could have negotiated my teachers to change my grades. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
I've done that before
Really? I wish
in
I was.
college.
Oh, so yeah. I wish I was better at like doing like talking to him. I would just accept it. I was like, oh, I got a C, fine, I guess. I was like, it's kind of bullshit, but whatever. I guess I'll just deal with it. I do love that they've made this into like a meet cute with the teachers. Like I was like, this is adorable. Like I know she was doing it for selfish reasons, but like when they give her the one teacher, I can't remember her name off the top of my head,
A
but I'll
little
look it up.
makeover. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
they give
can't.
her a little makeover and Miss Geist when they
Guys,
give
yeah.
her the note and just her face. I'm like, oh, she's like so like, look at me, somebody likes me. That's so. I thought it was super freaking cute.
She is that teacher that's 100, and we all had this teacher in high school that's 100% dedicated to her job and forgets there's a whole nother world out there,
Hmm.
you know? So, yes, when you see it, she's like, oh shit, yeah, I'm supposed to be meeting dudes.
Right. And I did write down, okay, so I love okay, so all these kids are so snobby. I wrote down, ugh, these LA snobs are so annoying. I hope their house is burned down.
Oh, we should have Googled that and seen.
We should have seen that would have been so good. But I was just like, oh, you guys are so fucking obnoxious. Like the one guy, he's like, I left my cranberry CD in the quad. I gotta go get it to make sure nobody takes it. I'm all like, you can afford another $15 CD,
Oh,
asshole.
and that was only if it came out the first week. Then it dropped
Hmm.
down like after the first month a CD was at, they'd go down to like 12.99, and eventually you get them for like $10.
Right on. Yeah, 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 for sure. Okay, so Josh is coming over to their house, right, all the time, okay? So, and I don't know if you noticed, but he was constantly in the fridge when he came. And I'm like, what, did they not feed you at college? I thought you guys got like a little a cafeteria where you got so much money to spend
Well,
on
according
food.
to my children, the college cafeteria food gets old real fast and it's not the greatest. So,
Well, I love how okay, I wrote down that he cannot make a sandwich because he got out two pieces of bread and they were thick and he put on
yeah.
one slice of turkey and then a little bit of mayo and then just walked off. And I was like, that is not a sandwich. That's just bread with like a dash of shit on it. I'm all
That's
like,
like seasoning on the bread.
yeah. And where is that El Salvadorian maid to make him a sandwich? Because I'm pretty sure she would do a knock-up job. I was like,
Oh,
oh,
I bet
that's
she would make a killer sandwich.
yeah. So I just want to say that okay, so then when they went to sorry, I'm jumping all over the
Well,
place
and
with
my
this.
whole thing is why do they keep calling him the stepbrother? Because his
He's
mom is
not
no longer married to
yeah,
her
yeah.
dad. So they're not even technically siblings.
They're
But
not,
as her dad says, you divorced the wife, not the children.
which I go, no, you divorce the children too, just so you
Because
know,
they're
honey.
not yours.
And how old is he? Is he 19? Because I got that she was 15, 16 at most, and he
No,
was
she's 15 and turned 16 because remember, they're driving without a license and then eventually she goes for her license
I
tests.
do remember her license test, which we'll talk about and everything. But I
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
we'll talk.
I was like, this isn't an inappropriate relationship, I feel
Very
like.
inappropriate.
I mean,
And the fact that the dad's giving it like a side wink part way through, where he's like observing the whole thing, I'm like,
mhm.
oh, you're a lawyer. You should know this is inappropriate.
Yeah, yeah. I was just like, listen, maybe if she was a little bit older, I'd be okay with it, but like, I don't know. It was just weird. Okay. So when they go to that party, rolling with the homies
Oh,
and
yeah, you
everything.
gotta.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we get the drama of Murray and Dion, which by the way, I love their drama.
Oh,
It's so
I love it so
good.
much. I wish I would have had a friend like Dion all the time. Like I
Right,
had a
yeah.
few, but oh, I would stay
Yeah.
friends with her just for the entertainment.
For sure. Okay, so she freaks out because Murray is shaving his head. And I wrote down, I was like, Murray with a good with a shaved head. I was
Did.
like, I don't know what Dion's problem is with the shaved head. I'm like, I was very confused by that because I was like, it's not like he had an overwhelming amount of hair, but that it was like, I think you'll be fine and everything. But I thought he looked good. What did
And
you
she
think?
threatens to call his mom, and I'm like, wow. I was like you. I was like, what's his mom gonna say? Okay,
Right? Yeah,
his fault.
exactly. Exactly. Okay, so I love how, okay, when I love, okay, Cher's logic in direction is to for after the party when she's like, well, you'll go down Wilshire and then you'll turn back around when he's taking Ty home, when they're taking Ty
Yes.
home and everything. This woman is so like a woman's logic when you drive. I wrote that down. It's accurate to women's driving because she's all like, I'm like, yeah. No, if you're going north, you take the person that's also north. You don't turn back around to take
But
somebody
she
else home.
wants him and Ty to have time
Yeah, I
alone.
got that, but yeah, women are just like they'll just like look forward and go north, east, southwest. East is this way, and it's like no, that's not east.
Okay,
That's north.
I really am getting totally perturbed that you keep putting all women in that because that is not how I do
It's not
direction.
my fault that I fear for my life when a female is driving. Okay, it's not my
Okay.
fault.
Um, just side note that I fear for my life whenever you or your twin are driving.
We're
Everyone fears for their lives when
Well,
they're in the car.
Marlon's he's a speed demon. He is crazy. Like I love his. Well, he'll get you if you say it takes a half hour to get there. He'll be like, "We'll get there in 10 minutes" and everything. He's crazy. I would love him when we go to Chicago. He'll just be like, "Do you trust me?" And you're like, "Yes," and you're like, "Oh God."
Yeah.
So okay.
I just remember
Okay.
I let my daughter ride with him one time from Indiana to Michigan after grandma's funeral, and he wouldn't stop to let her go pee because they were making good time.
That sounds like
And
Marlon.
yeah, and they arrived. We left before they did, and he got there like an hour before us. And I was like, "You had my child in the car." And he's like, "She had to pee. I didn't want her peeing in my car." I was like, "So you stopped."
Right on. Okay. So, okay, I wrote down, okay, so after the party, right, when what's his face? Alton, okay?
Yeah,
He pulls
terrible.
over. Yeah. But I have a story that I want to tell you, and you can tell me how much of a horrible person I was,
I was
but
gonna say, did you kick a girl out of
I
your
did.
car and leave her in a bad neighborhood?
No, not in a bad neighborhood. It was over by the mall. She was fine. Okay, so this is what happened. So I did think that Alton was kind of a douche, but she got out of the car and was like, "I'm not getting back in the car." He's like, "Fine, I'm leaving you." I'm like, "Honey, you should have got back in the car. Kind of your fault." Anyways, so I was on a date with a girl, and she was being such an. I knew things were not going well from the get-go because she was just like it took her forever to get to the car and everything or to be ready and then she was being a fucking dickhole the whole time. So we get to the restaurant and we're eating dinner and she's just like it's very obvious. Like I didn't know, I couldn't tell if she, I pretty much sure knew she wasn't into me because she was just being a fucking asshole. And I'm like, why didn't you agree to a date then? So then we get in the car and I'm like, before this date goes any further, I need to just check what's going on. So I just was bluntly like, listen, are we fucking after this or what? And she's like, excuse me? And I
Oh
was like,
my
I was like,
God.
I was like, are we going back to somebody's place and doing the old in out, in out? What's going on here? And she's like, no, I don't think so. And I was like, then get the fuck out of my car. Just get out of my car right now. Right, get the fuck out of my car. And she's like, I'm not getting out. And I'm like, all right, fine. I ain't got nothing else to do. I was like, I was gonna go see a movie with you, bitch, but I'm not doing it now and everything. And then finally she got out of the car and she's like, you're a fucking asshole. And I'm like, that's fine. I'm like, I can be a fucking asshole. That's
And
fine.
she tells that story like she was a princess now and how
Oh,
you
for
were the
sure.
ogre. Yeah. So, yeah, I just, that whole scene, I was like, he's terrible. I didn't like him from the get-go,
For
and
sure, yeah.
he's definitely the villain of this whole thing. I don't like him.
Yeah, he was pretty bad. Like Andy wasn't that hot. Like I wouldn't have fucked
No,
him. But
no.
I'm like, but like the whole time I'm just all like, like as soon as like she was like, we can set you with Alton. I'm like, ew, Alton,
Yeah.
gross and everything. I'm
I
like,
was like, what was wrong with Breckenmeyer, her little skater dude? What was wrong with him?
yeah, he's cute with his
He's a
gross long
cutie
hair. Yeah,
patooter,
cutie
right?
patootie. Yeah,
Get him some conditioner and tell
yeah,
him to use it, you
yeah, for
know.
sure. But other than that, I mean, like he was fine. Okay, so I love how Cher call Josh after she gets robbed, right? And she totally cock blocks him with Heather. Heather,
Yeah.
which by the way, Heather was a feminist, which is gross. She's gross. I didn't like Heather.
Why do you think feminists are gross? Feminists are just people who want equal
Feminism
rights
is
for women.
cancer, if you think so, honey. Anyways,
That's
feminism is
literally
cancer.
the
If
definition
you
of
say
it.
so, listen, we can have this discussion later on, but she was an asshole and a half
Oh, no,
also.
she was totally a cunt, but I'm just saying that's not all feminists, you ding dong.
Okay, if you say so. If you say so, you're a feminist, aren't you? All right, well, it's okay. I'll
I have
mock you
three
later.
daughters.
I'll
How am I
make
not?
I'll mock you later.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and now okay. So after all this goes down, okay, I have a question for you because I was a little confused on this or whatnot because Ty ends up getting okay. So Dion asks Ty later on for sex advice, but when they're at the restaurant, I was confused because it sounded like Dion was only blowing Murray slash jerking him off. And because she was like Dion, like you have any room to talk. And I was like, is Dion still a virgin? But she's
Yes.
like, is she doing like only anal or like
No,
blowies or
I
what?
get, yeah, I get that they're only doing like handies and blowies. There's
Mm,
no penetration at all. Uh, and,
gotcha.
but
Okay.
Ty has no problem doing that stuff and
Oh
giving
yeah,
advice.
Ty's a big whore. Yeah, for
Oh yeah.
sure. Yeah. Have you ever done it in water? Oh yeah. Like I'm
Well,
like I'm like Ty,
and and she's
you're
from where? Like Iowa? Is that where she
I
moved
don't
from or
remember where
something?
she
I
was
can't
from.
remember, but I was like, that makes sense. There's nothing else to do there.
Right on, right on. Okay, and then when they go, when Cher and Christian, when they go to that one party, that's it didn't seem like that much fun to me, but
It
whatever.
was like a college party.
Yeah. I want to have to say I'm first off, I'm not a fan of ska bands. I don't know about you, but
No.
I'm just not a huge fan. So if I would have went, I would have been like, ugh, I'm already annoyed. I don't want to dance with anybody. I just
And
want to go home.
and did they not tell Ty where they were going? Because like she was dressed like a toddler.
Right? Right? Okay. And here I have a question for you about Christian and Cher. Okay.
Yeah.
How did her gaydar not go off? Especially when he goes, they're charging for brewskis. And I go, who? What? Why would you say it like that? Like, why don't you just say they're charging for alcohol, you fucking homo?
And I go, what college party have you gone to where there
They
isn't an admission or charge
exactly
for them? College students are poor.
exactly. Like
So
if you ever go to a frat party and you don't get charged at some point in time, like I don't
you're
understand
a
what
girl.
you're yeah, yeah, you're a girl, but I'm like I just don't understand why you think you wouldn't go to a college party and not pay
Yeah.
something.
And granted, that does look like a more like that almost looks like they were trying to do like a rave, but not a rave
Oh yeah,
because
when that lead singer like tried to crowd surf and they just caught
yeah.
him, I was like, weak. I was
And
like,
I don't know, do colleges actually do organize parties like this with bartenders and shit? Because they
that's a
weren't
good point.
partying. So I just feel like it was a little wonky on that, where I was like, I never went to a college party that had professional bartenders, so I don't understand what this is. Is this at like the VFW or something?
Right.
I don't know.
That's good. That's good. I also wrote down, okay, so when Cher is ready to go home with Ty and everything, and then Christian is still dancing on the dance floor by himself, and then he's all
Because
talking
he
to the
wants the bartender.
well, he's all talking to the bandmates. He's like, "There's a party afterwards, guys." And Cher's like, "No, you go ahead and go." He's like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, I immediately was like, he's getting railed by those two bandmates. He's totally getting fucked by both of them at the same
Yeah, and
time.
I go, I don't really think it's that big of a deal that in the 90s that Cher didn't have a gaydar or anything. One, she's 15, she's inexperienced with guys. He's super nice to her. She thinks he's hot, she's just not seeing it.
I mean,
But,
okay.
but
I
it is pretty
mean,
obvious. And I totally love when they're in the car with Dion and Murray, and
yeah.
Murray tells her that he's a, what does he call her? A Michael Bolton.
I don't
Don't
remember.
remember what it was. And she was like, no. And he was like, Yes.
Yes. Yeah, Murray was laying down facts,
Yeah.
okay? Real quick, I wrote down some things about Ty that I wanted to talk about. Um, and I wanted to talk to you about them. First
Okay.
off, okay, so Ty, right off the bat, she freaked out over the fact that they serve Coke at the school. And I was like, honey, what school did you go to from before that they didn't serve Coca-Cola? Like, I was
Well, they
like,
didn't serve it at my school, but it was in the vending machines.
oh,
You
that's
could
so
buy
crazy.
it from the cafeteria.
You couldn't buy a Coke from the
No, you had to go
cafeteria?
to the vending machine.
That's insane to me. You couldn't get a fountain drink either?
No,
That is insane to me. That's so weird.
no.
We had the fountain and you could
You
buy the
could get
bottles.
you could get white milk or chocolate milk.
That's
That
insane. Okay,
was
all
it.
right. All right. Well, oh well,
Oh
you know
wait, no,
what? That
you could
was
get juice boxes too. You could get
at
like
a
it wasn't
high
even a juice
school?
box. Yeah, with
Did it
those
come in
little
a
cups.
sippy? Did it come in a
Was it
sippy cup?
it was those round little cups with the foil
That
thing
is
that you could
insane
fill
to
out.
me.
Yeah.
Okay, that's insane to me. All right, well, we did go to high school at different times. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did write down also that Ty is not the greatest artist. Did you see her Marvin the Martian? It wasn't exactly top notch in my opinion. What's his face? Stewie, what was his name? Travis. Travis was
Travis, yeah.
trying to get laid. He was laying on the
Yeah.
compliments thick and everything. And they also wrote that Ty can't dance. Ty is a terrible dancer.
Terrible dancer, terrible dancer. And she does not look as cute in the LA clothes as Cher and Dion. I
Right.
just feel like she should have stuck with the skater kids because she
Right.
kind of looked better in her, start off clothes. But
hmm I agree. I agree. I agree. Okay. Now moving back to when they're in the car and Murray is telling them about everything. Okay. So Venna, I don't know about you, but I don't think the highway is very scary.
no,
Even when I was didn't have my license and I was just practicing with the folks and
yeah.
everything. I feel like our parents did more yelling at me than I did freaking out about the highway.
Oh,
But
for sure.
these motherfuckers freak the fuck out on the highway.
Oh, for sure. All I thought about the whole time was I'm like, okay, well, first of all, he is not 18, so Dion shouldn't be driving.
Right?
Second of all, um, I just remember how much mom and dad yelled at Don the first time he drove, and we were all going to dinner after he got his license, and that has always been stuck in my head as like
Right? Oh,
that's crazy. So yeah, I go, the highway's not scary. Um, and she merged fine. Do you not remember? I remember being in
yeah.
driver's ed and excuse me, the kid I was in the car with, he was driving, and I just remember the teacher reminding him just because he was looking all over his shoulders, not to overcompensate and go the other way, you know? And yeah, and even then the instructor didn't yell at him. He was just like, keep the steering wheel straight.
Right? Yeah. Yeah.
I always was like, that was the most difficult part was the merging. But once you got on the highway, it's fine.
Yeah, it's
You
totally fine.
kind of
Yeah,
go
yeah. Yeah, Murray and Cher were not helping this situation at all with with Dion and everything.
because they freaked the fuck
They
out.
freaked out so hard. I do want to say something negative about this movie and the
Yeah.
script of this movie. Okay, so I believe it was at the beginning, right? And or no, maybe it wasn't. I don't remember what part it was at, but I wrote it down because I was just like, "Oh no, Cher didn't." She's talking about something and she goes something about something doesn't make sense. She's like like trying to find meaning in a Pauly Shore movie. And I was like, okay, first off, bitch.
Oh,
I was like,
yes.
first off,
Whoa,
check your
whoa.
shit before
Yeah,
I smack you, okay?
right.
Pauly Shore movies are gospel in this country, so I don't want to hear
Right.
your shit
There
in
is so many life lessons and so much meaning
Preach, yeah, preach it,
behind
sister.
them. So
Preach it.
clearly her frontal cortex has not
Yeah,
developed
yeah.
because I'm sure as an adult, Cher would be like, ah, Polly Shore, he knew it all.
hmm Yeah, the we knew it all, honey. Okay,
Knew
so just check yourself before I wreck your ass, okay? And I mean that in more way than one. Okay. Okay. So, all right, okay. I love slash don't love how Ty turned into a real big cunt real fucking
Okay,
quick.
and can we talk about how her little mall incident was just because she
Yes.
was being slutty?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, you explain the situation. Go.
Okay, so in this part, Christian, Ty, and Cher have gone to the mall to do some retail therapy, some shopping, whatever. And Ty sees some like I don't remember how Cher describes them, low rent boys or whatever she
Right.
calls them over there. So when they look over, she's sitting on the railing, which first of all, that's dangerous. You shouldn't do that. That's a
Right.
metal pole. They're slippery.
Right.
So and then one of the boys goes, "What would you do if we just dropped you?" And he pushes him backwards, and she starts screaming him and hitting his arm. And Christian comes to her rescue and tells the
Hmm.
boys how uncool that is. And he's like, "Let's go get you a smoothie or something." And Cher's got all the bags, and she throws him over herself as if she's a pack mule. But
Right.
it wasn't that big of a deal.
It
And
wasn't that.
no, we shouldn't shame people, but this was totally Ty's fault. You shouldn't have sat on that railing. That was a bad choice from the
We
get-go.
can shame people. Let's shame. She did a dummy move, and I mean, granted, I understand she was scared. I would probably be scared because I don't like heights either. But I'm like, it was, and the whole my life flashed before my eyes bullshit. Ugh, that was
Because the next day
obnoxious.
at school, when she's telling the story, and now she's got like she started her own little Jesus cult, only
Yeah,
she's this. It's just
I'm
insane.
surprised she didn't start passing out Kool-Aid. It was crazy. Like they were all into it and shit.
Yeah, and not only is she like, oh my God, my life flashed before my eyes and blah blah blah. Now she's like talking about sex and giving people advice. And I'm like, okay, you guys do really remember how like yesterday she came from hillbilly hell and you didn't understand how Cher was friends with her, and now she's preaching the gospel. What the
Right?
heck?
Yeah, it was like a complete 180.
Do you
Okay.
think kids nowadays would be like, that is not a near-death experience? Try going to school nowadays.
I
You know,
think I think so. Just because it would have to be recorded, and when it was
yeah,
recorded, people
it
would be
didn't
like,
happen.
yeah, people
So
would be
they're
like,
like, okay.
honey, you didn't almost die. Calm it down.
Mm,
They had four hands on you at all times. Okay, you were
yeah.
fine. Okay. So, okay. When Cher, okay, so now we're going back to Cher and her driving because we're
Yes,
going to talk
because
about her
she's taken her
driving,
test.
taking her test, which I don't know about you, but I did pretty well on my drive. I passed the first time. I don't know if you passed
Yeah,
the first time. Yeah,
yeah,
both the written and the
yeah.
the physical exam. Yeah. It was so funny because I got three questions wrong on the written exam, and so did my twin brother and everything. And only one of them was the same question. The other two
Oh,
were completely different. Yeah, because the instructor was like, "I'm just gonna check to see if they were the same questions," and I'm like, "Okay, whatever. I don't fucking care as long as I survived or I passed." Fucker. Okay.
I had to sit on a pillow for my
Look at
behind the wheel
you, you little
test.
hobbit.
I know.
And okay, so I just want to say, like, some stuff I understood, like when she was not in the lane fully. Like I'm like, okay, that can be like a rookie mistake, if you will. But when she hits that car and then they don't call the police, I'm like, that instructor just okay to hit and run. I'm like, I'm sorry, but we have a problem here with the instructor,
Yeah.
not the student.
I think this I think the instructor, gave off every vibe every teenager has of the type of instructor they're going to get, that's just going to fail them from the get-go. But this guy was something even more special.
Yeah,
Like,
so special. Okay. I want to go back to Ty being a dickhead because she is. She's a total
ugh,
dick. Okay, so when she goes over to Cher's house to burn all of Alton's
Elton's.
Elton's
Yeah.
yeah stuff, she ends up getting into a fight with Cher.
Because she declares her love for Josh.
Which I just want to say right now, Josh, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, Josh is cute, but he's not like a stud or anything like that. So I didn't get the appeal. Like, I'm all like, listen, I like Paul Rudd. He's a little cutie patootie, but
Yeah.
I'm like,
As funny as it is, he looks better now than he did in this movie.
yeah, like so, but I'm like the whole time I'm like, why would anybody want Josh? Josh just seems like a total pussy to me. Like, I feel like back then I could take Josh, and I'm five
He's
foot
got
four.
a great
Oh,
personality.
fuck his personality. He's all like a do-gooder and all like, I want to help environmentalism. It's like, oh, get the fuck out of here, you loser. Okay. When she says you're a virgin who can't drive, I was all like, you said that to hurt her feelings, and it worked, and you're a horrible person for that. I was like, I don't like you no matter what you
You've
do.
never said anything to anyone knowing damn good and well it was
Fuck
gonna
yeah, I
hurt people.
have.
Oh, okay.
I wanted to hurt their feelings and
I
everything.
know.
And
Well,
I just want to say,
that's what she wanted to do
well, I
too.
just want to say that Ty's apology I felt was bullshit. And when Cher was like apologizing to her at the same time, I was like, Cher, don't apologize to
Right.
her. You don't owe her any sorries because she's the asshole in this situation.
Oh, 100%. I'm gonna be honest. Ty is my least liked character out of,
For sure.
all the main characters. I'm just no.
Yeah,
I,
and
I
the
even like
only
Amber better than
for
Ty.
sure. And notice they're all still alive except for her. I don't know if
Yeah.
that means anything, but
Well, she had a not so nice, not so cute husband that, conspiracy theorists say killed her.
oh, did they?
Yeah, I've read some stuff and there's some stuff on a documentary and things. It's a whole thing.
Oh, right on. Okay, well, I'll have to look into
Take a
it.
deep dive into it.
Yeah, I mean, I
But
won't.
he's dead now too.
Oh, right on. Okay, well, whatever. It's cool,
Yeah.
Rest in peace. Anyways, okay. So they culminate this movie with a wedding of the two teachers, which I thought was cute. I mean, I thought the wedding dress was good for an older woman and everything.
Oh yeah.
And I just yeah, I personally thought the wedding was fine. And then like she caught the bouquet and everything is and all that
What
stuff.
did you think of their wedding? Like when the girls are all like, when I get married, I'm doing this, this, and this.
I was just like, honey, you guys got so much time ahead of you. Why are you planning your wedding right now? I'm like, you got so much time. It's so weird.
Yeah.
But
I was like, that's so bananas that at 16 years old, you're talking about, oh no, we're gonna be wearing navy sailor dresses and
yeah, which
at
sounds gross.
night. Sounds so weird.
Yeah, it sounds ugly. I didn't have anything else to say as if. Did you have anything about this movie that you wanted to talk
I
about?
mean, this movie's so iconic. I could talk about it for forever.
For
I
sure,
could
that's
go
so
through
true.
and, tell you everything and I like, dislike, and all that. I mean, we didn't talk about the tennis part. I do love it when Amber
Oh, I love that.
says, I love that part because you got Amber who says, my plastic surgeon says I'm not supposed to do anything where balls fly at my face. And Dion goes, well, there goes her social life,
Right?
you
Yeah.
know? And then
What a
it's Dion's
whore.
turn, and Dion's like, I have a note for my tennis instructor. He doesn't want any amateur instruction to derail his teachings. And this
Yeah,
teacher, you can just be like, fucking rich
you're
bitches.
right. Yeah, yeah. At least Cher got out there and like kind of tried. I don't know, but
Well, the one ball went past her face, and she's like, I don't remember that. This is a lawsuit waiting to happen.
yeah, right. Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, I love that because I'm like, that never would have flown in our gym classes
Oh, for
ever.
sure. Yeah, we will.
We
First
were
off,
still playing dodgeball.
oh yeah, for sure. Dodgeball was the shit. I'm all like, but yeah, I'm with you. Like gym class was way different compared to these little bitches and everything.
Right.
Was there anything else you wanted to say about this movie?
If you haven't seen this, go out and watch it immediately, or we
Hmm.
can't be friends.
Yeah, we can't be friends. This movie is a classic in my opinion.
Yep,
It's so good.
absolutely.
All right, well, if you don't have anything else, I'm gonna wrap it up. Are you cool?
Sounds good to me.
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys, for listening to us. Make sure to follow us on Twitter, and that's at BS Drunk Pod to stay updated with all our shenanigans. If you listen to us on Apple Podcast or Spotify, please give us a 5-star review, you guys. We would really appreciate it, and it helps us out tremendously. We'll also be posting the video version of this to our YouTube channel, so be sure to check us out there. And make sure to subscribe. That's at YouTube at BS Drunk Movie Reviews. Also, we do have a Patreon if you guys are interested, and there's plenty of different levels there that they'll suit whatever interest your needs and everything. So go check it out. The link will be in the description down below. And most importantly, guys, please don't forget to drink, recap, review, and repeat. Bye, you
Bye,
guys.
guys.